The Victorian era started in 1837 and ended with the death of Queen Victoria in 1901, making her reign the second longest ever in England, lasting a total of 63 years. The Victorian era was a time of peace and a transitional period to many of the things we take for granted today. Public education, telephones, as well as our trade and economic structure all became ordinary during this era.
Some argue that the start of the Victorian era began with the introduction of the Reform Act. The Act's purpose was to distribute the voting power among the different classes of Great Britain and Wales. The transition to a more liberal country created a huge growth of the middle class, but with this growth, a more pronounced class system was defined in Great Britain's culture.
Aristocrats and royalty made up the upper class. The upper class was divided by whether you needed to work. Some of the upper class did own businesses. The middle class's growth was due to the industrial era and the need for more managing jobs and less need for factory jobs. The lower class was made up on factory workers and laborers.
The rapid growth in population from 13 million in 1837 and 32 million in 1901 causing housing and sanitation problems, especially in London. Housing slums became common living for lower class. Diseases spread easily, and cholera epidemics in London occurred in 1848 to 1849, which killed 14,000 people, and another in 1853, killing 10,000 people. The large amount of wealth gained by Britain allowed for great advancement in medical discovery.
The Victorian era had no great wars besides the Crimean War from 1853 to 1856. But the British did conquer a large amount of territory. 14 million square miles and 450 million people lived under the British Empire. The expansion of territory without major conflict made these years known as the Golden Years of Britain. The large amount of time of peace led great advancements in culture to happen, especially in writing. Charles Dickens wrote Great Expectations in 1860. His childhood was very typical of a Victorian lower-class boy and was similar to Pip's. Charles Dickens' family ran into debt and he was forced to be taken out of school and labored to repay the debt to get the rest of his family out of jail. He later went to school and became, like Pip, a gentleman.